It's safe to say that right now, Southampton needs saving more than anybody, as they currently sit bottom of the Premier League table with only one win this season. So we're going to be using the power of the live starts in FC 25 to try and take over Southampton for an entire season and see if we can save them from the dreaded drop. That's right, Russell Martin is out and Yorkie is in, and hopefully with the time left in this season, we're going to be able to turn stuff around. Now for this one, we are of course using the live start, which is very new in FC 25, so I'm hoping everything works perfectly, and the live start date that we can start from is November the 26th, so the most recent game that Southampton will have played, or most recent 2 games that they will have played, will not be in this episode, or at least they won't have already played them in this episode. Also, the current life injuries that are going on at this moment in time are going to be in this game to make things even more difficult. We have a goalkeeper crisis right at the start of this save, but there's some rules to this save. As well as having the injuries on to make this more difficult, we're going to follow some rules. Now, the first thing that we're going to have to do is we have to use the scouting center. I have turned off the search function. We cannot use it. It is purely scouting or nothing. So hopefully I'm going to get some good players come through with these scout reports. And secondly, I can only jump into 5 games in this entire season to try and impact what happens for Southampton. So we're heavily going to rely on the sim gods for this one, but that should make it even more difficult. And last but not least, and the most important rule, is let's just have some fun with this one. This is the first time we've done it on the channel, and if you're excited for this save, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Also hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and leave feedback of other teams that you think we could save with these live start points. I'm really excited to get into saving as many teams as humanly possible on this year's game. Also, if this episode reaches 500 likes, I will do a follow-up video on how I continue to build Southampton after the end of this first season. But without wasting any time, let's get into this video and let's see what we can do. Now, the first thing we need to do when starting at a new squad is kind of assess the squad and see what we want to do with the team. I understand that Russell Martin has this really good tiki-taka style of football that worked maybe in the Championship, but it's definitely not working in the Premiership right now. And as I say, we're actually in an injury crisis because I'm going to be playing Joe Lumley or Alex McCarthy as our goalkeeper for at least the first month because Aaron Ramsdale is out. So we instantly have some squad problems, and we're a little bit away from January, and I would really like to pick up some good results. We've got Bednarak out of this team as well. Let's see who else is missing from this squad. I'm hoping it's going to be absolutely nobody else. Smallbone is due back in the team soon. We've got Adam Lallana out, but he's kind of on the shelf anyway, as far as my opinion goes. But I really need to assess where we need to strengthen this season. And somewhere that they could probably do is strengthening in real life is up top. But I don't think that's necessarily where we need to strengthen in this game, because I actually really like Cameron Archer. I hope this boy's future is bright. At 22 and 75 overall, he matches the other top overall in Adam Armstrong. But I would prefer to play Cameron Archer so that he improves. And speaking of use, we've got Tyler Diblin as well. I am so excited about this lad. He is so comfortable, calm, cool, collected on the football, and he's had a boost in recent patches. So maybe we can get Tyler Diblin playing as much as possible. But we also have to remember that this is only for one season. So we really need players with good overalls that are going to be able to impact the team. And when I look at the team in terms of overalls, it's not looking too great. We're a Premiership side, and there's only one 80 plus overall, and that's Alex Ramsdale. I know we're a fresh Premiership side, but I'm really going to have to do some work here in order to sort this out. Let's see how much money we've got. Well, it might be made a little bit easier by the fact we get 36 million then at least, because that's some budget that we can work with. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We have an entire month basically before we can spend that money. And remember, I can only play 5 games, and I need to set up my scouts to start looking for players for January. But out of this month of December, I'm not sure what games we should play. Most likely it should be Crystal Palace and maybe West Ham towards the end of the month to try and give ourselves a little bit of a boost in order to enter the January window on a win streak. That's if I can win them when we play them. Now, of course, though, before we can play any games and with Russell Martin not being in the team anymore, we have to set up some new tactics. And this is what Southampton are currently playing. But I can already see with the injuries that we have to our centre-backs that this just isn't going to work for us. So I want to play something different. I want to play some Yorkie ball. And I think after playing around a bit, this is how we're going to play. Now, this is the tactic set up, basically. It's a tiki-taka with a balanced defensive approach, and it's no frills. It's very, very simple, but that's how we're going to have to play it while we've got all these injuries. This, in my opinion, is the best starting 11 that we can come up with in order to try and get some results in the early days. I've also gone and set up the scouts right now, and this is what we're looking for moving into January. I've gone with right winger, I've gone with left winger as well, both first team quality. I think we need another central midfielder. I'm kind of okay okay at CDM for now, but that might be something we look for if I think there's any money left in the bank. I'm also going to be looking for centre-backs. I do plan on selling a lot of players in this next window. I'll show you who I've listed after this. And also, just in case it doesn't quite work out for Cameron Archer, it's never going to hurt looking for more strikers. Now, when it comes to potential players leaving the club, this is who we've got up. Ryan Fraser, Joe Lumley, Bree, Berriton Diaz. I've got no interest. I tried to, I don't. Sorry, Berriton Diaz. I don't know. It's because he's got long hair now, maybe. I don't know. I just don't rate him the same anymore. Wood, Edwards, Larios, and this lad out on loan. Let's see what happens. Loans don't really matter in this, but I do reckon we can get a little bit of extra funds in our little piggy bank in order for us to bring in the players we need to survive. But now it's time to skip forward to our first game, which I think is going to be West Ham because they are down there lower in the league. Fingers crossed we get just a couple of good results. I'd take a nice result against Fulham and maybe Brighton along the way, because of course in real life Southampton drew to Brighton. Well, the results didn't go fully as I would have wanted, so though we repeated what happened in real life with a draw against Brighton and a huge 2-1 win against Chelsea there for us, we did then go and lose against Aston Villa, Liverpool, West Ham, which I decided to sim, and Fulham, only picking up a draw against Tottenham. I just felt like the Crystal Palace game would be a more important one considering where they are in the league than West Ham, and maybe the sim would be favourable and we'd get a good result. We didn't. So I am hoping now that I can get a good result away to Crystal Palace, and that'll lead us into the January transfer window where we know we need to do a lot of work in a nice way. But I don't know how this team's going to play. I don't know how good this team's going to be. And I already know by the team's overall rating that it doesn't really match up with the Premiership teams in this game very well. Now, one of the plus sides going into this Palace game is we do have Ramsdale back in the team. But as you can already see from the team, we're absolutely knackered. So this could be a very difficult game at Selhurst Park. Now, this really could be a good way to kick off this video and to kick off just life here at Southampton before we have to go and make a load of changes. But I am a little bit worried. We're sticking to the tiki-taka. And already, Cameron Archer is going to have an acre. Oh, my God, we're going to score straight away here for Southampton. Why did they leave such a big gap here, Crystal Palace? We have to remember that Crystal Palace are in the same position as us, basically, and that they're having a torrid time in the league now as well. But I'm just shocked. The defense just didn't switch on, and they've been bad all year for Crystal Palace. And Cameron Archer, the boy we really want to do well in this team, makes it 1-0 Southampton. It's way too early, though, for me to be getting super excited, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do the excitement game, because there's a long way to go yet. But I am excited to see what we can do with this team. And the fact that we're still doing a little bit of what Russell Martin would have wanted to do in terms of we're playing tiki-taka makes me happy. I'm strong now. It's the ball through. Archer again. Good position. Fires off the shot. Henderson saves it. Can't say it's been a thrilling first half, but it has been a first half where Southampton have dominated possession. Henderson does actually get to that in the end. All he could do is give us another corner. And I'm going to try my best as Howard Bellis went in there and I decided that I would start singing like I'm in a musical. I'm going to do whatever it takes in this game to try and get a second to put us just at ease. Munoz. Oh, good save, Ramsdale. Get to him. Oh, that's a great ball in. That was a great ball in. I'm surprised they didn't get more out of that. Where they come. That's a great shot. Big save before the half. If we can just keep them at bay, because that's all we are doing right now is trying to keep them at bay as they put that one wide. And we can go in at the half with the lead, which is great when you're fighting against relegation, but we're living on the edge. Ball over to Armstrong. Oh, he's so quick. He's so strong. Although we nearly nicked it there. We just couldn't get to it in the end. But I am struggling. I'm playing counter-attacking football right now, and we're supposed to be playing tiki-taka. Guara. Ooh, how's that not a foul? Oh, here they come. Here they come with Nketiah. He will go on top bins with that. Oh, I am praying that we can get some kind of rhythm in this game, because right now, what you're seeing is not good football from Southampton. They are on about 9 to 10 shots to our 2 at the minute. Oh, Munoz has got so much pace, boys. So much pace. Oh, my God. Terrible from us defensively. But I'm learning stuff in this game. And I'm learning that Manning is too slow for this squad. A few players are too slow, but Manning is far too slow for this squad. Munoz has absolutely destroyed him in this one. Oh, maybe Ramsdale should get to that, but They're going to get right back into this game, and they thoroughly deserve it because they've had 10 shots to our 3 in this match. They've been all over us. I think as we go as well, making some changes to this tactic is going to be very, very important to us because some of the stuff we're seeing right now just isn't working out. And hopefully with a few of these changes, we'll get a bit more out of the team and we can come back into this. Because right now, Palace absolutely deserve that. This could work out now. Archer with the shot. Oh my God, Henderson forced into a big time save. Sorry, Bo. Up there to Archer. Oh, he couldn't get it over to Armstrong, could he? They've been rash in the tackle. Oh, Archer steals it. Oh, Henderson again. He's really fighting for them in this game, just like Ramsdale is for us. Well, in the end, it's only going to be a draw then in this first game that we take over, but I think it's a valuable draw, and it also just kind of highlighted to me where we really need to improve this team, which, you know, I've already kind of spotlighted it, but I can see even more now, and I can't believe how much we need to improve in left back and the centre backs. But going forward, I wasn't really impressed. And that means now entering this January transfer window, considering we're sitting rock bottom in the Premier League, we're really going to have to do some business. And the first player I'm going to bring in to help the team is Coman. It's Flornel Coman, I believe, the Romanian. This was a free transfer, but I feel like he's going to be a huge help. And I tell you what, he adds a lot of pace to this side. He's not just all pace, though. Like, we're getting an A for this because it's a free transfer. He's a very tricky customer, and he's 75 overall, which already makes him our best left winger. Next, I turned my attentions to the left back position because I felt like that was probably one of the weakest positions that we had. We really struggled in our first game. So I've gone for Ben Sabiani from Borussia Dortmund. I think this is a great deal, 78 overall, just a much more all-round complete left back. But he did cost 10 million, which massively eats into our budget, now down to 27 million. But as I said, it's a huge upgrade to the back line to have someone in there now who's 78 overall. And then when we chuck Coman in at the left wing, we're really starting to take shape. Also coming in on the same day is going to be, I think, one of our new fan favorites, Miguel Almiron. This deal I just couldn't turn away from. He's experienced in the Premier League. He's quick and pacey. He's going to play on the right-hand side. He's going to play on the right wing. And he only costs 6.6 million. And when you're on a budget, this is the kind of player you want to bring in at 77 overall. He is a huge addition. Now, the reason we were looking for a bargain there at right wing is because we really wanted to have the finances to bring this man in. Coming back to the Premier League after his stint on loan at Leeds United in, I think, that relegation year, Weston McKennie joined Southampton. And I'm actually super excited about that one because he's an extremely hardworking midfielder that's going to clock in at 79 overall. So that is a huge upgrade from Aribo, who we've got in there right now. And I wasn't kidding when I said it was going to leave us with no budget, though. We have £9 left to spend. But if we now look at this starting 11, things are looking a lot better. I would have liked another centre-back, but the money is what the money is. And I felt like the centre midfielder and the wingers were the most important thing, as well as a left back. This is going to be the 11 that hopefully keeps us in the Premier League. And maybe it actually will do because we've had a really good January. These results were definitely not expected, but I'm loving them. The fact that we beat Manchester United and Newcastle is absolutely insane in the league. We did lose to Brentford, however, we didn't have our signings in at that point, and I'm a little bit disappointed that we lost 2-0 to Forest, but I will take 2 wins in this month. Because with those 2 wins, that's going to push us up to 17th, and we take on Ipswich next, which would give us the ability to gain even more ground out of this relegation fight. Now, as deadline days passed, we did actually let some players leave the club. I don't feel like we let anyone wild go. We didn't really make much money off of anyone that you could see that actually left the club. Now, Kyle Walker-Peters, I did decide to let go. It's a freebie at the end of the season, and to be honest with you, we probably would have replaced him if we go on to do an extra season if you hit the like total. But apart from that, it was some loans out, some transfers, but you're mainly going to see deals coming in when you're a team that's fighting to survive in the Premier League. That's it for all the transfer talk. Now it's time to see if this team can actually do the business, and if we can go and beat Ipswich here, that's going to help us massively. So a whole host of new players then for this game for us, and Ipswich are in the same boat. They are fighting for their lives right now, and they are on the same points as us, in the same position as us, trying whatever it is possible to survive right now. McKinney and Archer linking up is going to be key for us, I think, in future games. Oh, Delap early on forces Ramsdale into a pretty huge save. Then Hutchinson's going to cause problems. Both of them today could be an issue for me. Oh, no, Ramsdale, what are we doing? Oh, we get lucky. He's trying to throw it away. He's trying to... Does he want to see us relegated? I don't know, but that was an insane decision from Ramsdale. Now, so far, I can't say I'm enjoying the tiki-taka. I'm not used to playing this way, and this team isn't the greatest at playing this way, and it's becoming more and more evident. Hernandez, slide that one through to Almiron, who is... What is the ref doing? Why is he pulled... Unless he's giving him a red, why on God's green earth would you pull that back there? Oh, he's giving him a red. Leif Davis, that is huge. I'm glad he pulled it back. A red card. Oh my God, they are in trouble now. Hopefully, if we can get the tiki-taka working, this should be a lot smoother now. Oh, that's great play. That's great play. Delap pulls it wide. How are they down to 10 men, but we look awful? I'm thinking about scrapping the tiki-taka, boys. I know I didn't want to. I know I still wanted to play like Russell Martin does, but I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure it's how you stay in the Premier League. I'm just feeling like it's not. My players don't make the greatest of runs. I'm not enjoying playing a false 9. I like to be good on the counter. Almiron, just to slide it in. I'm going to try and slide one back across to Almiron. Second bite at the cherry. Naily getting a debut goal from Almiron. Half-time whistle blows, and I have to be honest with you, we haven't made the extra man advantage count. We haven't played good enough, but we are still on a level playing field going into the second half. If anything, with an advantage. Kenny seals it. Oh, he plays it through. Coleman perfectly. Oh, what a stunning goal for Coleman. It's not his debut, but it's a debut for us in terms of him playing. And he is going to find the back of the net. And new transfers are so important when you're fighting in the relegation zone, lads. And these look like they might pay off. They really do. They look like they might pay off. Coleman, this is such a big goal. We were definitely struggling to break them down. We finally started pressing a little bit more on the front foot, because we have the extra man, and it's paid off right there. Oh, here comes the lap. Oh, this could be a huge mistake. It was a huge mistake. We didn't defend it well. We don't have a good back line. It's something I was worried about. And they make it 1-1 with 10 men. Not good enough. Liam Delap then with a big-time goal. And we haven't been known to score many goals. Is that going to change today? We need a second now. We really will look at this as a wasted opportunity if we can't go on in this game, because it is a wasted opportunity. Oh, is that going to be a good ball over to Archer? It is. Taylor is there. Almiron, though, might get this one across to Fernandez now. And Muric saves it. Good play for us to start playing like this after the goal went in. That is a good feeling. It shows that there's going to be fight. Oh, is that going to work? Is that going to work in behind? Archer with the shot. Oh, he's pulled it just beyond the post. We have to start making some subs. We need some fresh feet on the field. I'm going to go with Armstrong up top, but I actually think Archer's played quite well today in the false 9 position, but Armstrong is more suited to it than anyone. Here they come. Jack Clark. Good shot. Good save, Ramsdale. Wants Armstrong. It's going to have to be a good touch. It was. Over the goalkeeper, Armstrong. Oh, Muric comes out. He saves it. Did he take the man? I don't know. I tried to chip him. Just couldn't get the shot off in time. But if we're going to do something, we need to do it now. Armstrong. Oh, in behind to Coleman. Coleman is quick, but he's going to need help. And it might be the oncoming Armstrong. No, it's not going to be. It's going to be Miggy Almiron. Oh, he's put it wide. Full-time whistle. We draw 1-1. They had 10 men. This could have been a lost opportunity, because if anything, us two drawing is just going to drag both of us back into this relegation race. Now, when I look at the calendar, we still have 3 games that we can play, and I have to pick out important ones. And to me, Wolves is a really important one. Maybe Crystal Palace again, or Fulham, and Leicester are important ones. I only have 3 that I can play. Let's get through the rest of this month and see where we're at. Wow, so after fast forwarding a little bit, we're going to be going into this Wolves game in a really sticky position. We are currently 18th with Wolves behind us on 18 points, and then Crystal Palace below us with 17. So either of them just a win away from potentially leapfrogging us, because look at our goal difference. We ship a lot of goals. But if we can get 3 points here, that could be huge to helping us just drag ourselves out of the drop zone, because the results before this Wolves game were not so good. We lost to Bournemouth and we lost to Brighton, which is weird, because I might have thought that we could get results against them, and I'd have never thought that we could beat Chelsea 2-1. It didn't last, though, because we were brought right back down to earth by this 2-1 defeat to Liverpool. But if we can get a good result now against Wolves, that will go a long way in helping us fight against relegation. This is going to be my last go with the tiki-taka as well. There's no way I can continue to use tiki-taka if it's just not getting the results. We will try it again against Wolves, but I am not stuck in my ways. If this is not working out for us when we're playing, I will just change it. And I feel like right now, we're just not offensive enough. And we kind of saw that in that Ipswich game, and I'm hoping we're not going to see that again in this game against Wolves, because they're going to be hyper-aggressive and pressers, I feel. And we really can't afford to lose against Wolves of all teams, because it means they'll leapfrog us. Hernandez. Oh, we got that out just in time to Miguel Almiron. But look at this. This is my problem with playing the false nine. He just doesn't get into position there, and that's kind of screwed me over. And the ball over to Cameron Archer. That's actually really good, Archer. Tight position, though. Just a tight position, but that was really good play. Kenny steals that, and again, I feel like we don't have enough. I'm gonna bite the bullet. I've decided already we're making the change. It's not that I don't want to go short passing. We will keep with short passing. I'm just gonna change the roles up. And this is what it's gonna look like in the end. Sugawara now will go to just being a fullback. I'm gonna put Almiron on roaming, and I'm gonna put Coleman on attack to give more help there for Archer. And McKinney will cover out wide now. I think the biggest thing for Archer is he's gonna be a poacher. So I'm expecting him to be in the box more and just be all around more dangerous in the box. Let's hopefully see that this will work. Because Tiki-taka might be nice when you've got the personnel to like spin and turn, and you've just, I don't know, you've got really high quality players. But for us, it's just not worked. And that nearly was great. It was great. Archer, what happened? Archer, oh my God. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what that animation was, but Archer got in behind. And that is what we need. We need more of that. That, in my opinion, is our route to goal today. That is how we find the back of the net. Unless Howard Ballas had done it there. McKinney steals that and plays it. Coleman wants that ball over to Miggy. Miggy Almiron tries to slide it in. He does. It was hard for Fernandez. It was behind him. The weather really is wrecking havoc on us, and that was really difficult for him. I feel for him there. Well, the changes haven't taken effect too much so far, but we only had a few minutes left of that half, so I'm hoping in the second half now, we're just going to see a wild change in the team. I might even stop doing short passing and go counter. I've not decided that yet. Again, a lot of this trying to save the team is all about building as we go. Coleman. Ooh, that's nice. Archer pulls it back in to Coleman. In a good position. But I tell you what, they get bodies there. They really do just get bodies there non-stop. Fair play to Wolves and their defensive efforts right now. All right. To Semedo. Semedo into Strand Larsen. Oh my God, just wide. Kotchap stole that. Fernandez out. Almiron. Up there to Archer. Knocks it on. This could be lovely. Coleman again. He has to score. He just has to score. That might be the cleanest chance we get all game. Well, another draw and a really, really disappointing one if you ask me. Again, we're just not good enough. There's not enough cutting edge. We're not good enough in front of goal. I'll tell you one thing that is nice to see, though. We are not conceding when we play these games. Well, at least we didn't against Wolves. And that gives me some faith. I think the change of tactic is definitely needed, though. Hopefully, then, the tactical tweaks and changes we've made are going to be enough for this game against Palace. We are only allowed to play one more after this, and we have not done enough as far as I am concerned in terms of getting the results that we need to be getting. This one needs to be a win. They're bottom, and hopefully we can move a bit further forward now. Oh, we drew against Palace last time in the away game. In fact, we've drawn every game that we've played so far, only scoring 2 goals. This is different, though. We have a much better team now to come up against Palace with. That's a great ball into Eddie Nketiah. Luckily, Howard Bellis is there. He's not there to deal with Sarr. They do have some dangerous players on the pitch. And he puts that into the side netting. Early warning them from Crystal Palace that they're going to be difficult in this game. And if I'd have known that Eze was going to be there, I'd have dealt with that very differently. Oh, my God. Coleman won that. How the hell did Coleman win that? Oh, he nearly went through. And Richards clears it. They do have a pacey back line as well. That is my biggest issue here with them today, is they've got speed all over the pitch. That usually translates to good performances. Now we've got Almiron here who's quick himself, but he maybe shouldn't have shot there. Coleman was definitely the pass. We're going to watch out for Crystal Palace now. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's you. Yeah, what do you say to that? That was superb. My ball runs a little bit differently in the water right now than the CPU's, but what a goal that is. It's weird to see Crystal Palace in this position, to be fair. You wouldn't expect them to be there, and they are duly delivering right now. Coleman holds it well, actually. That was great from Coleman. Archer knocks it on to Miguel Almiron. He's going to score him, and he has to score that one. The first one I will give him. He's not great on the right foot, is he? But he has to score that. That has to go in. Miguel Almiron is basically ruining us. We're relying on him, and that's what we're seeing from him. Coming now. Out wide. Stopped. And then played in McKinney. McKinney still. And you can tell now there's a reluctance from me to try and whip that one over towards Almiron. And there's now making a little bit of a run. Gets it back to Cameron Archer. Oh, perfect. We're right back in it. And it has to be him. Has to be Cameron Archer. I don't mind it being Coleman either. Just don't let it be Almiron in any of these positions right now. I need goals. I will take it at half-time then. At least we are starting to get back into this game. Hernandez pops that one up to Cameron Archer. Back. And then back in. Is Almiron on? He is. But it's hard for him right now. Gets that across to Cameron Archer. Oh, my God. Henderson saves it. All right. That's that one in. Oh, my God. You have to block that. Bella Kotchap. I really wish we could have signed another centre-back. Howard Bellis is great, but Bella Kotchap just isn't the finished product yet. And how he doesn't block this one from Sarr. I mean, it's a great finish. Don't get me wrong, but just do better. And I tell you what's killing me. It's Crystal Palace's pace. And also, we can't really afford to lose this. A draw, okay. But to lose this? Killer. Oh, how's Flynn Downs not won that? Oh, good save, Ramsdale. Palace are just turning it up a notch. I don't know what we're trying to do, but whatever it is, we're not bloody achieving it right now. They are so much quicker than us. This is really becoming evident. Oh, my God. Near post. Oh, Crystal Palace are going to leapfrog us in the drop zone. They're going to start climbing out of the drop zone. It's 3-1. I can't even explain how good they've been this second half. And Sarr, he's come on the pitch. He's just been the game changer. But you can't get beat near post. You just cannot get beat near post. We don't have any subs to bring on. To be honest with you, this has been another big issue for me. You've got what you've got on the pitch, and that is it. And, oh, I can't believe it. They've thrown bodies at it. It's worked. I just can't stop thinking about those misses early on. What a block from Chalobah. If Almiron just does something with those misses, I feel like this is a different scoreline, but it's just so devastating how bad he's been in front of goal for us. Almiron behind there to Coleman. That was a great ball in behind, and it's straight at the keeper. I'm aiming for the far corner. Oh, we are going to lose this one, and we're going to lose it miserably to Crystal Palace. In what has actually been quite an even game of football. It hasn't been all Palace, but unfortunately for us, it's going to end 3-1 to Palace. And our backline is probably my biggest worry right now. And it's just crazy how happy I was with the backline in that Wolves game, but they just got absolutely destroyed in this match. No matter what I did, when you have players like Eze and then Sarr came on the pitch, it was just like near impossible to deal with Crystal Palace. And that's 4 of our played games down. Things could not get any worse right now. I mean, luckily for us, they didn't leapfrog us, but imagine the gap we would have been able to put in if we'd have just got the victory there against Palace. Or if we'd have just beaten Ipswich or Wolves or any of those sides. It's kind of our own downfall. But I'm going to push on through this month, and hopefully by the time we get to the Leicester game, we still have a hope to stay in this. And you know what? It wasn't the greatest of months, but I'll actually take 4 points from this month, because those 4 points are going to see us staying in 17th place and just a point behind Leicester now in 16th. And I made the decision that instead of playing this Leicester game, it makes more sense for us to play the Everton game. Regardless, a big win here against Leicester could be huge, so I'm praying when we hit quick sim here that a point, I'd take it. We get a win. We absolutely batter Leicester 3-1. McKinney, Fernandez, and Almiron with the goal. Ooh, where does this now put us in the league? This is a really good result, but I just seen Ipswich winning there as well against Everton. We're in 16th place as things stand. With 28 points, we are 4 points clear now, boys. That's right, 4 points clear of the drop zone with Southampton, which is actually quite crazy when I think about where we started with this Southampton team. And to be honest with you, out of all the can I save the team saves that we're going to do on this year's game, I actually think Southampton might be one of the hardest. Now, I'm not expecting anything crazy in this Man City game, but to be honest with you, if we could sneak a point here at home, that would probably secure us safety. We do sneak a point here at home, 3-3 against Manchester damn City. Are you kidding me? Haaland for them, then Cameron Archer, Coleman for us. So it's showing that the transfer of Coleman was huge because his 2 goals helped us get a point here. Oh my God, boys, I need to calm down. Let's look at some of the other results. I didn't get to see them quick enough because my brain is about to blow up. But let's see where we are in the table. Wow, we're 16th still, and we put a bit of daylight between ourselves and Leicester, obviously, but Crystal Palace haven't really caught up. So we have near enough secured safety. If Crystal Palace don't win their next match and we get just a point from Everton, actually, if Crystal Palace don't win their next match, we're fine. But as long as we get a point here from Everton, I think we're safe. I'm terrible at maths. We might need a win here, but we're going to play this one. And I'm just stunned that we get to go to Goodison Park here, and it is all in our hands. Whether we survive or not is in our hands. A win today definitely guarantees it. And there's only Crystal Palace that can catch us, and they need to win both of their games, which, given the way that the form has been, it's very unlikely. But we do play Arsenal at the end of the season. So this Everton game is pretty damn important. Almiron pops that one up. And that's going to go. That's going to go. Coman! He is so damn good for a free transfer. What a well-worked counter-attacking goal to stun Everton from Southampton. And I am absolutely loving right now Coman, man. He's a beast. Like, he's a free transfer, boys. He's a free transfer. And this is insane. But Cameron Archer, great ball over. Coman just was so calm in that situation. Slots it home, 1-0. We take the lead. God, the celebrations right now in Southampton. And remember, guys, I said this is probably the hardest one we'll do is with Southampton. I've looked at some of the other teams that I have lined up for us to do with these live start saves. None of them have as bad a squad right now, I guess, unless we did Ipswich, as Southampton. Like, Southampton's squad is bad, and obviously Premier League football makes it even harder. Harrison puts it inside to Beto. I thought I got the block off. Oh, God, we got lucky. Almiron now. He just wants that ball knocked on. Fernandez. Then wants that ball knocked on again to McKinney. Back across to Almiron. Do not trust him to take a shot with my life. I'm going to get that one into Archer, who finds Coman again. And oh my God, that should be two. Almiron again now. Piling forward. That's Coman. Coman then tucks inside. And can he score again? Oh my God, Coman is on fire right now. He's the danger man. He's causing them all kinds of issues. I could sense it. I could sense another goal coming. I can sense us running riot here at the end of the season against Everton and getting to really enjoy the fact that we are staying in the Premier League for another year. And boy, will it have been well earned. Bensabiani. Fernandez wants that. He wants it on for Sugawara. Who's going to put it wide? Things in this game now have slowed down. They've slowed down greatly, which is stressing me out a little bit because I know Everton are going to get back into the match. That was across there to Fernandez. Oh, Fernandez waited, and he ended up with Cameron Archer in a great position. Coman now! Oh, my God. Pickford and Coman are in, and they're having a battle, and Pickford has been brilliant in this game so far. I mean, the sheer fact that we haven't put the ball in the back of the net again is all down to Pickford, and he's getting away with it, but at halftime, it is looking good for Southampton. Oh, McKinney stole it back. Coman into Archer. Archer then turns, and I maybe should have passed that to Almiron, but I'm just so nervous to give him the ball. Wide there, into Archer. Archer then into Almiron. I'm having faith. I'm having faith in him, and it needed to find a back of the net there. It just did, didn't it, lads? Oh, can I slide that back up? Oh, and then that's a good ball out to McKinney. Pickford's being tested. I tell you something. Pickford's saying, I want Southampton to go down because he's making sure he keeps Everton in this game as much as humanly possible. These are some of the best performances from Pickford he's ever had. And he's going to hold that one. Leicester and Ipswich drawing 1-1 right now, but it's the Palace game we really care about. And Leicester and Ipswich shouldn't have too much of an effect on us. To Sugawara. Can pop that one up to Almiron. Almiron then slides it in to Archer for Shawley. O'Brien blocking it. What's that one inside? To Archer. To Almiron, sorry. That's going to end up landing to Coman. He's had about 5 or 6 shots himself. The only plus side to what's happening is it is stopping them from having any opportunities. It really is. They haven't done anything. But at some point, we're going to get tired. Sean Dyche and Everton will just be waiting for that moment. Well, it's time for some subs. Let's see what happens. Ben Bertrand Diaz, who stayed, by the way, is going to come on for us. Let's see what he can do. Adam Lallana as well on for his last game in a Southampton shirt. In my opinion, all we have to do is hold on here and just don't concede. Coman now, piling forward. He has been so good in this game. Coman! Oh, Pickford saves again. What a battle them two have had in this game. Well, I can feel it coming towards the end of this game now. And I feel like we are about to be... Oh, my God. Winners and safe. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Beto. Back across Mangala. What a save, Ramsdale. I told you once we got tired, they would start pouncing. I called it, and this is exactly what is happening to me right now. There's 2 minutes left in this game, and we just have to hold on with the 2 minutes that are left. And we do just that. We beat Everton. Southampton, under my tutelage, are going to be staying in the Premier League next season. This is more than enough for us to stay in the league. We have survived, boys. I don't quite know how we've done it. I knew this was going to be a tough task, but once we got in and started simming some of the games and playing them, I was like, God damn, this team is bad. But I feel like we built good enough of a team, and I feel like this team is definitely one that would get better as the seasons go on. I would be intrigued to see how we would build upon this. So if you can hit that like total, we will definitely do a what happened next with this save. But before we can put this one to bed, let's look at this table one last time, boys. We finished 16th with 32 points. It was never in doubt in my mind. Relegated sides Ipswich, Leicester and Wolves all actually ended up having okay points totals. But we finished there in 16th on 32 points. In the end, pretty clear of the drop zone. But let's take a look at some of the better performers this season. Cameron Archer with 10 goals. Again, it's not too bad, but 10 goals. It's his second season technically because of Sheffield United, but never really worked out. I think he spent a lot of it injured. Almiron there actually ending up being a big signing for us, and Coman not being the signing I thought he was. But for me personally, he was a huge signing as well. So I feel like the personnel we brought in and the changes we made to this team, like Weston McKennie in there as well, were absolutely huge, and I'm not sure this team would have stayed up without him. I don't know about you, but unless something drastic happens in real life, I just don't see Southampton staying up. But I also feel like they've got a very good base and foundation for a team that could bounce straight back up to the Premier League. But you never know what's going to happen. Look at Luton at the minute, but I guess that's a different story. But for me, I'm really happy with this achievement. Again, I mentioned it. I feel like this could be one of the hardest saves that we do, where I say, can I save? And I have loads of these in mind with loads of different teams, and I'm more than willing to listen to what you guys say. It's just going to be a series of saves that we do one season, and we try and achieve something within that time span. But I am very, very happy that we managed to stop Southampton from getting relegated in this one. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, you're looking forward to more content from me, hit subscribe. Thank you very much, you absolutely lovely people. And I will see you for the next video.